Hi, it's Roya. I left off on the last video that we chose to do an agency versus going independent. And I didn't really get into reasons why, but when I did independent route, I tried doing that first for, of course, for financial reasons and so forth. But I felt that it was hard for me to go through all of the surrogates that were, wanting to get matched and looking at the classifieds and going through different sources to, try and find as many surrogates as I can who are willing to, to carry for me. It's not easy, and I completely understand that. So when I looked into it, I just found it really hard. It was hard for me because, you know, I felt that I'm kind of I'm judging these women. And I know for many parents, if not most of them, we all kind of feel the same where you feel like you're judging them. And you don't want to do that. And I didn't want to do that. It was really hard for me. I wasn't quite sure what it was that I just didn't want to do that. I mean, doing the independent route. But, looking back and I realized, it just felt uncomfortable because they're bringing me into their world and just it's such a personal thing, and to be able to find out everything about this woman and the women actually, and to say no, you're not good or you're good. I mean, we're not saying this, of course, but for me, I couldn't. I personally not strong like that, and not that I would knock anyone who's doing the independent route. By all means, I wish I could. It's lucky that you can actually do that. But I just think that for us and for me, I think the best way was just to do the agency, because also on top of that, there's just, like I said earlier, just so much involved and so much organization involved and being on top of everything. And I just not that kind of person to just be on top of every single thing and being able to just be nice and organized and keep it clean and mainstream. Streamlined. So that being said, we thought agency is the best way. So in April, we went ahead and narrowed it down to 6 agencies that I interviewed. I prefer bigger agencies. I just, there's surprises when as you guys know, if you're in this, and if you're already in the surrogacy road, you know that everything's unpredictable. Some things just happen to come up that you would never expect. So I thought maybe a big agency would be able to better handle the situation. I could be wrong. I have no idea. I just know for us that's the best route. So we narrowed it down. I narrowed it down to 2, and you know, the 2 that we have, I'm sitting there thinking like, what's kind of the difference between the 2? One is they're both major, they're big agencies, very well known. And one of them, it's all done through lawyers. The other one is not. The one with the lawyers, everything is all in-house, other than escrow. But you've got lawyers handling the insurance claim areas and the billing. Well, not lawyers, but you have that done in their office. They have like 5 people working on that. You have 5 people working on this. You have like 7 social workers. They have everything intact. And then you have the other agency where they go seek out for insurance purposes, but they have, obviously reputable third-party companies that are handling this as well as lawyers. So, they're both great, right? Then it narrowed down to who's going to give me the best surrogate. They're both, they both have strict policies, even though as you've gone through agencies, if you've done it, they'll each say, "Oh, ours is better. Our thing is better. We do things differently," but it seems like they all kind of do the same thing. Um, so we narrowed it down, and so, but the thing that turned me off with one of them is that they had a social worker who kept insisting that we were still wanting to find a surrogate that was gluten-free, although we've said that we did not want to do this route. We did not want to necessarily do a gluten-free organic surrogate. We realized that we're really narrowing our pool, and that it's best to just let them do what they do best, and we'll just request, hey, we really want her to at least be healthy. That's non-negotiable, for her to at least eat healthy. But everything else we're willing to negotiate and compromise. We didn't think we were asking for too much, but for somehow the social worker thought we still want a gluten-free, even though we've said it in many ways that we did not. Anyway, so that just kind of turned us off, and she sent us an email saying, oh, it'll take you more than 4 months because you have that one request, you know. And to me, that just didn't make any sense because that's not what we agreed on and we discussed. So I was going towards the other agency instead, which was very open the whole time from the beginning. She was just very open, I mean, honest. I mean, the other one is honest as well, but just there's just something about her. She was just more kind and compassionate. But today we discussed on Skype with the owner and the head match director for the one with all the lawyers. I don't want to mention their names, but if you are curious to know who I'm working with, you can always send me a private email. But you know, just to see how they were, and we spoke with them again just to kind of clear the air, and everything was fine and everything was good, and I feel confident that they would be able to find me a good surrogate. So now it's a matter of looking at the contracts, right, and seeing who has the better contracts of the two, because I really can't decide. I just can't decide. Do I want someone who has different third parties taking care of it, and they said they could do it in 2-4 months, or go with this other big huge agency that there is a little bit of a waiting list? I just don't know. I mean, we're stuck. So here we're in Houston, my husband and I, visiting my parents. And so, you know, we're going to try and take this time to go over the contracts and see. But I need to make a decision soon because we need to get this process going. And the minute we make the decision, that's it. We're committed. We're locked. You can't go back. You can't pick two agencies. You could only pick one. And the minute you do, you put in your money, and that's it. It's kind of like non-refundable, right? So we need to make sure we're making the best choice for us. And then you know, and then if they find a surrogate within a week or a month, we have to be ready to pay for it. All this up front. It's very stressful in that sense, but it's the reality of it. What are you going to do? You know, you not have a family, or you have a family. Can you have a family? For us, you just have to go through this and pay for it. But it's all going to be worth it in the end. I'm not even going to be thinking about it when we're done. When we have our child, it's all that matters to us. So anyway, those are just my thoughts, you know, today. And hopefully we can pick an agency soon. I can't wait to get this process started. I'm very excited about it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Have a great day. Bye.